Yo, this is your guy, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, all the way from London, England, coming with that energy. Look, to all the people, this is your host, and I had to talk about this. I saw everybody talking about the same fucking thing. Since the fight happened on Saturday, we had a great fight. It was a great fucking fight. I enjoyed the fight of boxing. Boxing weekend was big, but everybody after the fight seems to be talking about the draw being a big controversy, bigger than the fucking fight. Now let's keep the shit real. At the end of the day, to all my boxing familia, we gotta cook. At the end of the day, everybody, all my Latino brothers and sisters, I love you guys. You guys are my people. When it comes to boxing, there's no one hardcore than the Latinos. When you talk about boxing, you got to talk about my Latino brothers and sisters, my Mexican brothers and sisters, my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, Dominican Republic brothers and sisters, Argentina, everybody in the Latino world. We know you love the sport. But let's just keep it real now. Rapstar's here, and Rapstar's going to talk from a different opinion from London, England. This fight with Castano versus Jamel Charlo seems to be the biggest controversy to date. Now, we saw that the undisputed fight ended up in a draw. We saw that. We can see that the fight was a fucking draw. But let me ask everybody this. Did either man deserve to win? Did either man take that from any other? Did either fighter dominate the other fighter? If you saw Castano, did he actually take that from Jamel Charlo? He didn't. Castano did not totally dominate Jamel Charlo. But I think the biggest problem we've got now is, let's start from the beginning. Castano was a big underdog. Even me, I had Jamel Charlo winning. 99% of the boxing world had Jamel Charlo winning. This was a Jamel Charlo showdown. Jamel Charlo was the A side. And nobody thought Castano would win this fight. But because the underdog did so good, and he actually won some of those rounds, and he was very dominant, everybody believes that Jamel Charlo should lose. But he didn't fucking lose. You got to be real, my people. I know you guys have got a little bit high rated, a bit emotional. I know that Castano did good. I know Castano did fucking excellent, but he didn't win the fight. He did not win the fight. Now, we understand that Jamel Charlo was put under controversy in that ring. We saw Jamel Charlo lose quite a lot of rounds in that ring. But I think what's really triggered my fans and to all the boxing world is that fucking judge. The judge what scored it 117, 111 needs to be fucking sacked. The judge what scored it 117, 111 needs to be fired. He never needs to come to boxing again. That was a fucking disgrace to the sport of boxing. That fucking judge what scored it 117, 111, he needs to fucking get the fuck out of our sport. Now, I understand where the fans got triggered because the judge never, ever should have put a score out there like that. That was fucking wrong for what they did with that scorecard. Now, let me just keep it real. I have got no problem with the draw. I'm going to keep it up there. Rapstar, he don't fucking need to say, I'm not a biased channel. I keep this shit real. That draw was a good decision. I've watched that fight twice over. And I've watched that fight carefully. Neither fighter took it off of each other. Castano did not totally take that fight from Jamel Charlo. In fact, Jamel Charlo nearly stopped Castano. Jamel Charlo nearly stopped him, but he was hesitant because he knew that he might fall in for a trap. Yes, Jamel Charlo was put under pressure. Yes, Jamel Charlo had a lot of respect for Castano. Jamel Charlo had a lot of respect for Castano because at the end of the day, he knew that if he starts to rush him, he can get countered and he could be knocked out. Now, Castano got a lot of respect from Jamel Charlo in that ring. We know that. But we've never seen Jamel Charlo so hesitant. We've never seen Jamel Charlo on the back foot as much. And we got to keep this shit real. I've watched the fight twice, my people. I would say that 115, 113, you could give it to Castano. Yes, you can. 115, 113, Castano should win that fight. But even if it was a draw, that was a great decision because Castano did not totally dominate Jamal Charlo. Let's just remember that at the end of the day, that was a very, very close fight. And I've never seen as many fans going crazy after a draw. Why was you guys not crazy after Chocolito versus Estrada? Why you guys didn't get as crazy when Chocolito versus Estrada fought? I didn't see the fans going crazy then. Do you think that Jamal Charlo, and I'm just going to keep it real, you're on the chat, you can let me know. Do you think Jamal Charlo, because he's such a dominant fighter and he was the A side and everybody knew he was the favorite, because it was a close fight, they think that that's enough for Castano to win? Now, do you think that's fair for the fucking guy who's a unified champion? Talk to me. This is the WBC, WBA, IBF champion. Did Castano do enough to take those fucking belts from him, bro? Keep it real. Come on. Let's just talk as boxing. Let's forget about Jamal Charlo as a character. Let's forget about Jamal Charlo's personality, because we know a lot of people hate this man. A lot of people hate Jamal Charlo. We get it. We understand that, right? But let's be honest. It's because he was such a favorite and he was in a close fight that you guys just think that he should lose all his titles. Now, I know that judge, he needs to get the fuck out of boxing, right? That judge who scored it 117, 111, he needs to get the fuck out of boxing. I'm with you on that. But come on, my fans. Do you really think that Jamal Charlo deserved for him to lose and lose all his titles? Did Castano do enough to become the undisputed champion? Now, that's the big question here. I just don't think neither fighter did enough. I'm going to keep it real. Neither did Castano show me that he deserved to be the undisputed champ, and neither did Jamal Charlo. Now, Jamal Charlo got put into some, situations after the fucking fight because Castano did humble him. Castano humbled Jamal Charlo. He humbled the man, but it doesn't mean that he lost. You understand? At the end of the day, Castano did way better than anybody thought he would. Ain't nobody motherfucking talking about Castano. There was nobody talking about Castano. Let's be honest. It's just we had a high expectation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. We had a high expectation for Jamal Charlo to become the undisputed fighter and take over the pound for pound. We were trying to talk about Jamal Charlo in a different fashion. We were separating him from everybody. We separated Jamal Charlo from his own brother. But at the end of the day, what we need to recognize is Castano is a great fighter too. Castano has become an overnight superstar by just becoming in a draw. By just being in a draw, everybody's speaking about this man. The Argentinian is now in everybody's fucking boxing world. Nobody was talking about this man. Keep it real. None of you guys were ever talking about Castano. But now we know that the underdog is the real deal. He is the next guy that you need to talk about. Castano is the guy at 154 now. It's not just Jamal Charlo. There's another man in that division, and he's an Argentinian. He is that man, Castano. Castano is the next man to be recognized with, because at the end of the day, he deserves that. He put himself up there. Now, I'm going to keep it real. I can see a draw, but I can't see Jamal Charlo winning either. I can't. But I do believe that he deserves the draw, because he never got dominated in a way that he lost his titles. There was no one in that fight showed me that they deserved to take it off the other guy. Nobody took it off each other. They were both in a chess match, and at some time in the chess match, things were getting dirty, they were getting rough. But we do know this, that Jamal Charlo could have stopped Castano in the 10th round, but he just got hesitant. Derek James was getting mad. Errol Spence was fucking standing next to Steven Espinoza. He was standing next to the guy, and Errol Spence was, standing up, thinking that Jamal Charlo was going to stop him. A lot of people thought that when Jamal Charlo had him hurt, that he was going to end up finishing the job, but he couldn't do it. He was a bit hesitant because Castano was still still there. He was still a live dog, and there was no way Jamal was going to stop him. And that's what he ended up winning the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. And that's championship rounds. The 10th and 11th and the 12th are championship rounds. Remember that. That's 3 rounds at the end of the fight. And referees do look for championship rounds. Now, there was a couple of rounds close in that fight. There were a couple of rounds very close in that fight. And if you'd given those couple of fucking rounds, let's be honest, if you're going to give those couple of rounds to Jamal Charlo, then some people could edge it to Jamal Charlo. Now, look, we wasn't at the fight. We wasn't live. But one thing I do know is when I watched this fight twice, I've come to terms that Rapstar is giving this fight a draw. I'm happy with the draw. I am not giving either fighter the win. Neither fighter deserves to become undisputed on that performance. Neither fighter. When I say neither fighter, even the Argentinian underdog, he did a great, great job. Castano put himself in the map. He is to be recognized. You better speak his fucking name. But yeah, I cannot say either fighter deserved to become undisputed. Now, one thing I will say to all the boxing fans, you guys understand that was a great fucking fight. That was a great fucking chess match. We are not celebrating the fight because it's a fucking draw. And when you have a draw and you don't get the undisputed champion, a lot of fans, they're not too happy. Now, I do believe that we all thought Jamal Charlo, let's be honest, that Jamal Charlo is on another fucking level. Let's be honest about it. We all thought that. We all thought Jamal Charlo will be probably taking over Terence Crawford and people like that in the pound for pound rankings. I was one of them to say that Jamal Charlo, he's going up there in the pound for pound higher now. But did Jamal Charlo not perform to the point that we thought he was? Let's remember, he got beat by Tony Harrison in a close fight. Maybe we put too much into Jamal Charlo. Maybe we thought Jamal Charlo is that guy which is the best of the best. Maybe we gave too much credit to Jamal Charlo. But before I start cooking again, let me see who's in the building. Let me just say hello to all my subscribers and let's see who's here. Yo, we got Dead Game Boxing in the building. What's happening, Dead Game? Hope you're doing well there, bruv. We got Ronald Finkley, the original Ronald Finkley in the building. We got Witness the host. We got Eliza in the building. Eliza says they were bigger controversial. Let's read this. There were bigger controversial fights than this, but I believe too many people are overreacting. Exactly, bro. Everybody is fucking overreacting when it comes to this fight. It's just simple as that, bro. This fight is a fucking draw. There was way, way, way more controversial fights that we've had in our lifetime than talking about this fucking fight. Is it because people hate Jamal Charlo so much that they just want to see the man fucking lose? Because at the end of the day, if you really look at it, Eliza, that fight, neither fucking champion really took it off of either champion. And that deserves a draw. Now, I don't fucking agree with that fucking fanboy referee who fucking scored it 117-111. But we did get the ultimate result that we saw. There is nothing in that fight that tells me that Jamal Charlo totally dominated the Argentinian Castano. No, he didn't. He did not dominate this brother. But neither did the Argentinian Castano did not dominate. He did not dominate totally the fight. He didn't totally dominate. It was a 50-50 fight. It was a 50-50 fight, bro. So I don't see why so many people are overreacting that Jamal Charlo there's been a robbery. There has not been no fucking robbery. I don't know what you've been watching. My thing is, you guys are not judges. Yeah, we're fans, we're boxing fans, we love the sport. I know all of you love the fucking sport, but you are not a judge. You are not understanding that neither fighter took it off of either fighter. It just didn't happen, my friend. But let's keep going. I see Guido in the building. What's happening, Guido? Look, I seen you cooking out here, bro. Now, look, at the end of the day, there's a link out here for you. At the end of the day, everybody's welcome in their opinion. You know what I'm saying? I understand that there's a lot of people are connected to different fighters. People hate different fighters. So at the end of the day, let's just keep it real and let's just keep it honest. If it was a draw, it's not a fucking robbery. I just don't know where you guys are getting that from. I don't see where you see a robbery, because I don't see a fucking robbery. But I do see one of those judges smoking crack. And that's true, Guido. I see one of those judges smoking crack. And that's a fact. But the ultimate result, what was it, Guido? What was the fucking ultimate result, brother? It was a draw. Now, that judge, he was watching something else. And I think that's what triggers off the fans. I think what's triggered off the fans is that judge scoring. You understand? Because let's be honest, that judge, he fucked up the whole fucking, energy of the scorecards. He fucked up the whole fight by scoring the fight like that. And that's what's triggered off the fans. That's why the fans are fucking crazy right now. And that's why they're calling it a robbery, because of the judge's scorecard. Yeah? Let's keep it real and let's fucking keep it honest. But look, before
What's good? What's good, Rapstar?
Hey, look,
what's good, my brother?
What's up, Guido? How you
been,
feeling?
Bro? I'm good, bro. I'm good. How
hey,
you
look,
been, bro?
Before we start cooking, let's just get to some people in the chat. We got Dead Game Boxing. We got Alabi in the boxing. We got Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister, my brother from the other side. You know what I mean? We got Ronald Finkley, Alex H. Alex H in the building. What are you saying, Alex? I hope you're doing good. Just Blaze in the building. Just Blaze is in the building as well. We got Witness the host. Look, at the end, we got Dimitar. Dimitar's in the building. Look, at the end of the day, far as I'm concerned, Guido, let's keep it real. As a brother, let's keep it honest, my friend. Are you
hey,
a little bit
me. Everybody that knows me, I keep it real.
Let me ask you this, bro. Do you think you're a little bit overreacting? That's all I'm asking, Guido.
So, I'm saying it again?
Do you think you're overreacting by thinking it's a robbery?
Man, me personally, if you want to know about me, the scorecard I had it. I feel like Castano had a 7-5. Man, I don't got a problem with a draw. Honestly, would have been a robbery if they would have gave it a Charlo. That would have been a fucking robbery. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Okay, I appreciate you being honest. You don't think it's a robbery, but you think that Castano should have got the knock.
You know what? It was close fight. You know, I feel like Castano was doing a little more extra. You know what I mean? Even though I gave Charlo the last 3 rounds, because Charlo did hurt him, Castano doing the 11 round. You know what I'm saying? Doing the 10, 11 round, right? So I gave that round.
I'm just gonna keep it real, bro. We can't.
The last 3 rounds to Charlo.
We can't fucking overreact. And watch this, Guido.
You know why? You know why people are
Who's this guy? Wait. Justice for Brian Castano. Get the fuck on the panel.
You know why people are overreacting, bro?
If you've got anything to fucking say, get on the fucking panel. Don't be a fucking chat warrior. I don't kiss no motherfucker's ass. Yeah? Everybody who knows what Rapstar's about, I'm keeping the shit real. That I don't think this was a robbery. And let me go to the next brother before I get Guido back on. What's happening, Dead Game?
Salute, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dead Game.
Yeah, man. I might put a little different twist to this whole thing with my opinion on the fight. I think it was set up from the beginning to be a draw fight. I think I've seen Charlo fight a lot better than that. Yeah, Castano did do some things that probably could have made Charlo change up, but I didn't see him do that. I didn't see Charlo go to the body. I didn't see any uppercuts. So to me, the bigger fight will be the second fight, which will be a pay-per-view fight. That's definitely a pay-per-view fight, this second fight. So The wide scorecard,
Yeah, that
I
was a
can under
robbery.
I can understand the wide scorecard also. The judges already know it's a draw. So that little bit of that was called home cooking. That scorecard was the home cooking card. And what it also did, it made Charlo realize we riding with you down here. So come back. You know, we riding with you. So we gave you that good scorecard to let you know that we are riding with you down here in Texas. We know it's a draw, but still we letting you know that you got some home cooking.
Yeah, but that fucked it up, bro. That made it look
Hey,
biased.
Rasha, I got a question for you, right?
Go ahead.
There's somebody we know, had the score 116, 112 for Charlo. How did you feel about that scorecard?
No, that was 170 and 111 was not cool.
No,
But
no, no. I'm not talking about
let
the
me ask
judge.
you this.
Somebody
Let
that
me
we
ask you this.
know
Let me ask you
had
this.
it
I had
116 and
115. I
112 for
had
Charlo.
115. I've scored the fight. I've watched the fight twice. I didn't want to cook while every day the same fucking topic. I left it. I watched it again. And
Nah,
then
I
I've
want to
come
know
to
what
my
was your
own
opinion
fucking
then.
thing. Let me tell you though. I had it 115, 113 to Castano if I had to give a score. All right. But I'm not mad with the draw. I'm not mad with the draw. But let me ask everybody in this chat and yourself in the panel. How many close rounds was there? There was like 2 or 3, but there was definitely 2 close rounds there. Right or wrong? Let me
Uh
ask
that,
you, Guido, was it? Let me ask
I feel
everybody.
like Castano was doing better work, to be honest with you. Was
Yeah, but
applying
was
the
there any
pressure,
close,
was getting the
was there
body
close
shot, you know what I
rounds?
mean?
But was there close rounds though? Let me just ask that.
Five, so you can have 12 round, 5 or 6 round. That could be a
But
close round.
was there any close rounds? That's the
Because,
question, bro.
yeah.
Huh?
You didn't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Was there any close
No.
rounds?
I said 5, 6, or maybe 12 round. But I
No,
gave
no.
the last 3 rounds to Talo.
What about the
So,
ninth round?
no, that was Castano. I had a Castano winning that
So
one.
everybody has a different view, but there was a couple of close rounds. So
Listen,
maximum.
Webster.
Let's
10,
just say
11,
this:
12, that's
we've seen
shallow.
decisions.
Easy.
Yeah, but let Guido, we've seen decisions. I wouldn't have been happy to see that Jamel Charlo took that undisputed like that. That would have been not right. But a draw, I'm okay with the draw. Now let me ask you this: if Jamel Charlo got 115, 113, then that means those close rounds, those judges had given it to Jamel. What do you think about that, Ronald Finkley? Yo, Ronald, can you hear me, bro?
I think he's on mute.
nah,
Hey, Ronald,
this is
take
dead
yourself off
game.
mute, bro.
Oh, you talking about dead game or Ronald?
No, Ronald just left again. He
Okay.
was in the panel. But what I'm asking you guys, it's a very simple question. There were 2 rounds close for everybody. Everybody had 2 rounds in that fight, which were close. So say if those 2 rounds they gave it to Jamel, that would have been wrong, innit? Would that have been wrong?
Yeah,
Let me ask you.
I had more than 2 rounds close, but yeah.
So do you think if they gave those 2 rounds to Jamel Charlo, then the judges would have scored at 115, 113 to Jamel Charlo?
Yeah.
So would you have
But
been
like you
mad?
but Rapstar, like you said earlier, man, this fight was for all the belts undisputed. Neither guy
Exactly. This
showed
was not a regular fight. Yeah. This is
yeah,
undisputed for a belt.
yeah, so neither guy showed the dominance to deserve all those
Facts.
belts.
Facts. And that's fucking facts. Neither guy showed me he deserved to be undisputed. But let me ask Guido, because Guido's my brother over there. Guido, do you think that it's better for the fans that it's going to be a rematch and somebody really is going to show us who's undisputed?
I would like to see the women. Are we gonna see the rematch? Because basically, when I got the Chalo's energy was off when they asked him if he wanted a rematch. He said, "Oh, let me speak to my manager." I don't know. Let me see what let me see my manager. You know what I mean? They
Yo, his
asked
energy
him
was good.
specifically if he wanted a rematch.
Yo,
Yeah. Hey,
Guido.
Ronald
Yo,
Finkley, are you back now? Can you hear us, bro?
yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, bro.
Yo, my apologies. Yo, Guido. Man, that interview, like after the post fight interview, like I'm like,
The
yo,
post
why are
fight, the
you
post
talking
fight.
about Al Heyman? Like can we just get the next fight going? Like, can you act like you a man and you want to be undisputed? That's what I didn't like about that. Like, do we
That's what I'm
really want to
saying.
be undisputed? Like,
I mean, what else you want? That's it. You got undisputed right there. The only thing, yeah, I want to be undisputed. I'm gonna talk to my manager and see if we can make that fight happen. You know what I'm saying?
yo,
You know
rap
what I mean,
star.
bro? For the undisputed fight. I mean, what's so hard to say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey,
what's so hard
Ronald.
to
Y'all
saying that?
correct me if I'm bugging out.
Nah,
Correct
Yo,
me
no,
if
no,
I'm
no,
wrong out
Ronald.
here, bro.
no,
Ronald,
you
thanks
don't
for
talk.
coming here like always. You know this is your house as well, bro. You know that, yeah? But
I'm a
let's be
boxing
honest,
fan.
Ronald.
Yo, like,
I don't think I can give that win to Jamel Charlo. But I also am having a hard time to give that win to Castano. Please explain to me, was this draw the right result or was it a robbery? That's all I want from you right now.
well, I was going for unanimous decision, but I realized that Jamel Charlo did not put his foot on the gas enough. I felt like Castano was up early rounds. He was up early rounds. They said that Charlo won rounds at the beginning. I swear, I just saw like him like hitting Castano's gloves. I didn't see Jamel really like being that effective early on in the fight through the first six. I had it 4-2 Castano at the beginning. I had it that way because I felt like that he did the more effective shots that you could actually see go through the gloves. Yeah, Jamel had a little bit of good body work here and there, but Castano just had more like he had more like consistency, I thought, and effectiveness. Like so, I gave him like I felt like he was up 4-2 before the fight even started happening at the seventh. And yeah, Jamel did come on later in the rounds, and he might have won 10, 11, and 12, Guido, but he might not have won 10, 11, and 12 because I feel like it depends on what you do in those rounds that got through. I watched it today. I watched it today again, and I just feel like they both didn't really understand like what Undisputed was about. It was about like you just putting everything on the line, 100%. And I just feel like they both just kind of dropped the ball on that part of Undisputed. You know, for these guys.
100%. But also, I want to ask this
I,
question to Dead Game. Which fighter hurt which fighter the most? Now, I'm going to start with Dead Game because I want him to give me the answer. What fighter got hurt most in that fight? Go ahead.
I know Charlo got hit like in the second or third round. I think it was the third
Facts.
one of the. It was a hook, double hook. He got hit twice with a hook, and it buckled him. You know, that was the biggest shot that I seen for Castano. And I seen Castano got hurt twice that I can remember when Charlo went on the attack. Um, Man, it's almost like it's almost even, bro. I think it's even. I think it's a draw in that level too, on both
yeah,
on how
Charlo
much they got
Charlo
hurt.
hurt Castano in the level round, and Castano was dazed for a minute. You know what I mean? And he had
But
to like
but
recover a little bit. He was using the ring for a minute. You know? But that's
right,
what I'm
man.
saying. Both of these guys hurt each other, and then somebody was trying to say that Charlo didn't. I mean, that Castano didn't do nothing to Charlo. You gotta be kidding me. You seen the third round where he got bucketed? I mean,
Yeah, and
damn,
let me
that
ask you this, Guido. Do
I
you
can't
think if the
believe that
ropes
shit.
wasn't there, Guido, if the ropes wasn't there, do you think Charlo would have gone
Yeah,
down
he
or
would
took a
have.
count?
Yeah, of
Hmm?
course, of course. And
Do
the
you think
bell
Negative.
that?
rang too. And the bell rang, so it was like, damn,
No,
Yeah.
brother.
Who knows what would have happened? You know what I mean?
But what about the 10th round? Was it the 10th round when Charlo hurt Castano and Castano was
It was
one
the
of the
second round.
judges? Yeah, no, it was one of the rounds where Charlo hurt Castano, right? It was a 10th round. I think when he hurt him with a left hook, wasn't it? And then Castano started getting a bit, his knees, I mean, his legs were going. And then he started running, getting on the back foot. And Derek James and Errol Spence was standing up shouting, or, Derek James was like, you know what I mean? You need to finish this guy. So Jamel Charlo, if he
And
had put the gas
Jamal
on,
didn't step on the gas either, brother.
yeah,
He
neither
was.
one
I
of
don't
them,
know why
neither
he didn't
one of
step
them.
on the gas. I don't know why. And then even if Brian Castano got hurt, you saw him try to come back. Still, he was trying
Yo,
to still come to fight. You know what I'm saying?
yo,
He
rap
was
started.
still trying to come fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, rap started
Hey,
answer your question.
to
I
me,
thought it was
if
the
you ask
second round
me,
also.
Castano was the more hungrier fighter. He really like wanted it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you're in the fight. Of course, you're gonna get hurt. You know what I mean?
The second
I mean,
round,
shit.
Charlo hurt Castano. The second round, Charlo hurt Castano a lot. But like, I don't feel like I didn't get to the second part of the fight. I watched the first 2 to 7 again, like real close. but I'm gonna watch the 7 through 10, 12 because I think that's the factor and like why I got it 4-2. But I got it 4-2 Castano so far, bro. Real talk.
You know,
Man,
my problem is this though. My problem is even Castano did not totally dominate this guy or win the fight outright to be undisputed. I feel like, yeah, we can give him the nod. We can say that if anyone would deserve to win it, is him. But to be honest, he never took it away from him because Charlo at the 10th round nearly stopped him. On the 11th round, he put his gas up, and a lot of people had the 11th round for Charlo. The 12th round, he closed the show and beat him in the 12th round. So we know early rounds were a couple close, and we know we gave a couple of rounds to Charlo in the early rounds. If it wasn't the second round was Charlo's, I know there was another round, a sixth round was Charlo's. So you got to remember this. This fight was very close, and I don't think it was nothing to do with a robbery. I think the fans are triggered off because of the judge scoring at 117, 111 has made the fans angry, and that's what's triggered most of it off. What do you think?
I mean, the only way you can be, I mean, why would you be angry at just the scorecard? Because to me, the outcome was the correct outcome, no matter the scorecard. I understand what people are saying, um, but nah, I think this the scorecard don't even matter because the ending result was the correct result.
Okay, so you think it was the correct result. What do you think, Ronald Finkley, towards the end, regardless of what the judge scored it? Now, let me ask you guys this before Ronald speaks. The judge was scored at 10-8. There was a judge was scored at 10-8 to Jamel Charlo in one of those rounds where he hurt Castano and pushed the gas but couldn't stop him. Do you agree with that judge, or do you think that judge was stupid to score that?
Yeah, I think that judge was stupid because I seen put it like this. I think it was the Castano card that the judge actually scored it for Jamel, but it's like, yeah, like why would you do that if he didn't actually hit the ground? Like it was like he hit the ropes or some shit. I don't know if it was the same round they talking about, but like I just felt like it was like kind of like if he didn't hit the ground, he hit the ropes. And yeah, he was buckled because Castano hit him with a good fucking shot, yo. And it's like he didn't hit the ground, so why would you score that at 10-8? Like it was just like a good shot. It was a power punch. I feel. He buckled him. He didn't hit the ground, so why would that be a 10-8 round if that's the same round that they're talking about, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge? But that's the only reason why I can see them scoring out of 10-8 rounds because they think he was about to hit the ground, but he was saved by the ropes.
What do you think, Guido? What do you think about that?
Yeah, man, like I'm saying, bro, nah, man. Like I'm saying, yo, I don't know what to tell you, bro. The way I had it, 80% of people thought Castano won by close, you know what I'm saying? Not like they had an anonymous decision, you know what I mean? Um, you know, I just
Yeah.
want to see the rematch, to be honest with you guys, man. I want to see that rematch, man. I hope they make that
So,
fight.
so let's clear the shit up, yeah, because we're all mature men here. We understand boxing and politics. The 117, 111 judge is what robbed the fight. If
I'm
that
gonna
was,
say that
I'm gonna
117,
say that the
111, that
judge,
man can
I'm gonna
never
say
judge
that
a
the
day in his
judge,
life.
it's
Bro.
the judge which gave it such a wide scorecard that just made it look very difficult. If it was closer for Jamel Charlo, nobody would have made no crazy noise. You agree with that?
I'll say it again. Shit.
You agree that the judge is the one is why people are fucking triggered?
Of
The
course.
judge is the
No
one
doubt
who
about
scored it
it.
so wide. He's
No
the
doubt
he's the
about it,
reason
bro.
why
That shit
people
was
are fucking
undisputed,
angry
bro.
right now.
Of
You know
course,
what?
bro. This is undisputed, bro. This is not
You know
no
what?
regular belt champ. This is undisputed. This is
So
some
it's not
historical
Jamel
shit.
Charlo's performance, it's that fucking judge. It's that motherfucking judge, bro. It's
They
why
get
people are
paid. They
fucking
get
mad.
paid to look at scores and count it right. They get paid to do this shit. They dropped the ball on their job. That one judge dropped the ball on his job. His job was to look and see what the fuck is going on more than us, because we just pay to watch the shit. But he fucked up, yo, big time, because I think he's the one that made Undisputed not happen.
Yeah. I mean,
What you mean? Wait, hold on. What you mean? You think that's why you make it not happen? He made it not happen. What are you talking about?
Because we gotta accept the decision anyway, there again. We gotta accept the decision. If the judge actually scored the right way, which he get paid for, whether it's controversy or not, we would have an undisputed champion. We're just watching it, but they getting paid to do that shit.
Well,
Yeah, but
even
this
if
is what look what Eliza's saying. Eliza says that Jamel Charlo almost stopped Castano and won all the championship rounds. And look at what Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in 10 rounds. And Deontay Wilder was in the first fight. Deontay Wilder was able to drop Tyson Fury twice, and they gave Deontay Wilder a draw. So that's a bit controversy as well. This is not controversy. This is not a robbery. I just want to clean it up. That this is not a robbery. I think at the end of the day, Jamel Charlo, we had a lot, riding with him. We thought he was one of the greats. We thought he separates himself. But Castano showed everybody that he humbled Jamel Charlo, and he also humbled the fans. Castano deserves a lot of respect. He's the fighter that people are talking about now.
And Rasta, I was gonna say this, Rasta. I was gonna say this. Charlo had all the advantage. He was the bigger man. I mean, shit. He had the home run advantage. You know what I'm saying? He had all the advantage.
Okay, do you guys agree with this though, Guido? Do you agree with Justin Trouble? Justin Trouble says it was a great fight, but I had Jamel Charlo winning 7-5. Anybody agree with that?
Nah,
yeah,
no way.
I mean that you could look at it that way.
I got Castano 7-5.
Listen, bro.
Because there were close
bro.
rounds in there. So
Listen, bro.
That pressure was getting to Charlo.
Let me say this, bro.
Come on, man.
Let me say this, bro. That fight was super close, bro. And these judges are right there looking at this shit, bro. They see stuff that we don't see. They know shit we don't know. That fight was super close, and that's why it was a draw. That it had to be a draw. And I understand the home cooking. It is what it is. He's fighting at home, but the outcome is the right outcome. I understand that was a wide scorecard, and I don't agree with it at all. But even if it was closer, if he'd have still had Charlo up, it would have still been a draw.
So why the fuck is everybody going mad? Why is all these people?
A lot of
Justin
people.
Trouble 7-5. I think he was looking at all those.
If it's the right outcome, Ronald.
Jamel was hitting him with a lot of glove shots, yo. I feel like he was not being as accurate as Castano was during that fight.
Both of them was hitting a lot of the gloves. But to answer your question, Rapstar, anybody who's really complaining about the scorecard that much, they just wanted Charlo to lose. If you really complaining about that scorecard, it doesn't make a difference. Even if the scorecard was closer, it would have still been a draw, unless the dude would have went for Castano. So they just mad. If you mad at the scorecard, you really just mad because Charlo got the draw and your man didn't win.
What do you think about that, Ronald?
I felt like, you know what, bro? I keep saying this again over and over. I felt like Castano did the better work though. I feel like he outworked him a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but was it enough to win the undisputed fight?
What I'm telling you, I had a 7-5, bro.
And that's a good shit. And
how many close rounds did you have in there, bro?
Yo, Guido, good point. But when it came to the championship rounds, we seen Charlo turn it up a little bit more.
I gave Charlo all the championship rounds. I'm telling y'all, I gave him 10 and 11.
He was down.
Maybe he could get him. I gave him 3 rounds straight though. I had him winning all the 3-round championship rounds, bro.
And that's why it's so controversial.
The last 2 days, I've been saying this shit. You know.
That's why it's so controversial.
I feel like it wasn't enough. He didn't knock him out though. I think he needed a knockout.
Okay, well then you agree with
I feel like he
TV.
needed a knockout.
So then, Guido, you agree with Tyco TV. Tyco TV says the draw is fair. I've got no problems with the draw. But if I had to edge it to the one guy, it will be Castano.
Yeah, because I feel like, the reason why, in my opinion,
and
the way I had
Tyco TV, I'm with Tyco TV on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Tyco TV on that. That at the end of the day, the draw is a fair decision right now. But if you edge it to one guy, you got to give it a little bit slightly to Castano. But I also understand where the judges would have given those 2 close rounds. I understand boxing can be a little bit like that. And boxing, if those judges would have given those 2 close rounds to Jamel Charlo, then the world of boxing would have gone crazy. Now, we know we already had one corrupt judge in there at 117, 111. He needs to get the fuck out of boxing. But imagine if they had did it, those 2 close rounds had given to Jamel Charlo, then the boxing world today would have been more crazy. They would have been more angry that he didn't deserve to win the undisputed. But the same thing with Castano. He really didn't deserve to win fully outright the undisputed title. We just got to be real about it, bro. Because on the 10th round, Castano was getting hurt bad. He could have stopped him if he put his gas down. Then he won the 11th and the 12th. And he won
That's
the
what I'm
second
saying.
round.
Charlo should have finished him. I don't know what Charlo was waiting for.
Because
He should
Charlo
have
was
took the
hesitant.
opportunity, right?
Charlo got
He should have
humbled.
took the
Charlo
opportunity
got humbled
and
earlier
finished
on.
him.
Yeah, he got humbled by that cat as well.
You know
I
what?
disagree.
Yeah, he got clipped in the 3rd round,
I,
and he's
I,
like, "Oh shit, I'm in a fight,"
I
and that's when he
disagree,
got
bro.
uncomfortable with that pressure, bro. He
I
was
disagree.
uncomfortable in the whole middle rounds. You know what I'm saying?
I
Until he got
disagree.
later in the 10th round.
Why we I disagree. Why we can't?
How you disagree, bro? That's how the fight happened, bro.
Yeah, but
You
I
didn't see
think
the fight?
I'm telling you
He
what I
felt the
think.
pressure. He was hitting him with the overhand right in the body shot, bro.
Right,
Come
but
on,
what I
man.
think. Listen, let me tell you what I think is. I think Charlo went in there for the draw. It looked like he fought for the draw. He was happy that he got the draw.
He
To
was on
me,
his knees praying. He was on his knees like,
listen,
oh man, please I hate
listen.
me. Save me, I hate me. Save me, I hate me.
Nah,
Shit.
bro. Nah, man. It was,
Yo, that's kind
Ah,
of deep. You
nah,
said
bro.
that, Dick Game Bar. That's kind of deep.
But your face says it all anyway.
listen, man. Y'all think about it, bro. The dude didn't throw no body shots and no uppercuts. He
What
can
is
fight
true?
him. He can fight him with the jab. The home cooking is already in for the draw. All he got to do is make it a close fight and don't stop him. That's why he didn't stop him.
No, man, we not gonna go on conspiracy though, because we hold these
Hey,
boxers accountable, and I hope they not
bro,
fucking us like that. But I hear
think
you,
about
Dick.
it, bro.
I hear
Think
you.
about it, bro. The dude didn't throw no body shots. I mean, the fight,
He didn't throw no.
Charlo did not.
Y'all telling me that he didn't throw no body shot, Castano?
Charlo did
Oh,
not throw a couple of
yeah,
jabs.
yeah. That's true.
Charlo hit him with a couple of jabs. He threw
So
maybe
why is
one.
that though?
Because I'm
Why do you
trying
think
to
is that?
tell you, because they home cooked it for the draw. This was big money
Yeah,
on
but
the draw. That's what y'all don't
he should have went.
understand, bro. It was home cooking from the draw from the beginning.
If I was Charlo, man, oh man, I would have gone for that kill, man. I would not be comfortable just giving him rounds
Listen,
like that. You see what I'm saying?
li- listen. When you
I'm
sell
just
you
telling you what
soul,
it is, bro.
listen. If you sell you soul to the devil and you do stuff like that, Charlo name about to start popping more. Watch. With this draw, what he did for them, his name gonna start popping more. Let me stop.
Yo, Charlo was trying to knock Castano head all the way around the ring though. I saw that like when he got real strong on him. He looked like he was way bigger than Castano. But like, you know what I mean? Like it looked crazy how like he was just like hunting that nigga down like he stole something. Like, nigga, you got my bike, punk. He started chasing him around the ring. I thought that was legit right there, yo. But I feel like Castano's boxing abilities shine through. So we should see a rematch, yo. We should see a rematch.
Yeah, but on
A lot
with
of and Robster, hold on, Robster. A lot of people are not giving him credit for he also missed Charlo missed a lot too. I mean, they
Yeah.
both did, but people acting like Castano was just getting fucked up, like he just got hit,
Nah.
and he also made a miss too. You know what I mean? So I don't know where they coming with that shit that Castano was just coming forward getting hit. I don't know why they saying that shit. You know what I mean? And even when Charlo got him hurt, right? When Charlo got Castano hurt, if y'all remember when he was trying to go for the like he was throwing haymakers, like he was going for the body, and then he threw the 1-2. Not all them shots went in though. If you watch carefully, most of them hit the gloves. So I don't know why people are saying the most of the fight he got hit coming forward. Like it was just a flat photo, you know? Like he just
Yeah,
flat.
yeah. I saw him. I saw a good guard. I saw a good guard, Guido, and I felt like that whatever Jamel was doing at the beginning was not working because I felt like people sleeping on Castano's defense, yo. His defense was stellar to me because I saw like a lot of glove shots. That's why I had it 4-2 because I looked at Castano as his every time he countered Jamel, it was like his shots was actually coming through the guard and like he was hitting this motherfucker like boop, knocking the nigga head back. Like that's what I saw. I don't know what everybody else saw, but that's what I saw. So I gave Castano more rounds in the first half of the fight. So that's why I had it 4-2,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Can
mean,
I
do you
ask you guys
think?
a
Let me
question?
just say
Can
this.
wait,
Let me
wait, wait.
just say this, bro. Do you think, as boxing fans, now let's keep it real, we put too much into Charlo. We thought Charlo was a different breed, and we didn't give Castano. Let's keep it real. Let's put our hands up. I said Castano was a good fighter anyway. I went on panels. I told people this is the man who nearly beat, and it was a draw against Lara when Lara was in his prime. Castano fucking nearly beat Lara. It was a draw. So I also will say that people didn't take us serious with this fighter, Castano. They thought he was such an underdog. They didn't even think that this man would actually be able to beat Charlo. And now, because it was such a close fight, that people now feel like, oh shit, they didn't even know who he was. What do you think about that?
I'm gonna say, uh, I'm gonna say I'm with you. I
Yeah,
felt that Castano was a good fighter,
yeah.
but you know, I didn't put him on that level. But he showed me, to me, he showed that he's on that level, and 154 is hot. It's hot at 154. So I think he showed me his best, but I'm
Mm.
on my conspiracy theory. I think Charlo didn't show us his best. And it could be that Castano didn't made him do it, but I think it was I believe in the conspiracy.
I want to say this, yo. I think a lot of people didn't do their homework. A lot of people
That's
underestimate
right,
Castano,
Guido.
man.
Talk to them, Cook.
Yeah, you know what I mean. A lot of people thought this guy was gonna be a walk in the. I don't know why, and I did my homework. You know what I'm saying? And I like Castano's style. I knew he was gonna give Charlo hell. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, Tommy Harrison's not a big puncher, and he doesn't got a good chin like that. You know what I'm saying? And Tommy Harrison was giving Charlo hell in the second fight until he got caught and got stupid. You know what I mean? And I said, nah, Brian Castano's a different fighter than Tommy Harrison. He's gonna bring He's gonna blend that pressure, and he could take a good shot. He even showed it to you in the fight that he could take a shot. You know what I mean? Even when he got rocked, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
a lot of people need to start doing
a
their
lot of
homework, man.
people,
They need to start
a
looking at
lot
these
of people
fighters.
would have gone
There's
down.
some bombs and shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was a
Yo,
champion, bro. You know?
and look at the angles that Castano was like coming at Charlo with. Like his angles was kind of making Charlo feel uncomfortable because he didn't know how to respect that angle, especially from a lower dimension, like of like how you punch somebody because they not the same height. Like I just feel like the dude Castano can actually multiply off of this too. Like he can go back to the game board too. He can come in on some other shit. This is like a pay-per-view fight, yo, to me all over again, bro. Like
Hey,
I just feel like it's a
right.
great fight, bro.
Part two is pay-per-view. Tell me yes or no. Because this one wasn't pay-per-view. Is part two pay-per-view?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Easy,
hope so.
easy pay-per-view.
Hey, let's
Easy.
get Shadow Ghost into the building. What's happening, Shadow, my bro?
Hey, what's going on,
Shadow.
everybody? How you doing? Hey, what's going on,
Shadow,
Guido?
I've heard
Channel
that you've
50.
been on a lot of panels. I know that you've been cooking about this. This is the first time I've come live for a while.
We've been
I've been
cooking out
busy.
here, brother. We've been cooking.
Yeah, so Shadow, what do you think now? A lot of people, since they've been watching it more, they think
Yeah.
that the judge who put 117, 111 is the one who triggered off a lot of shit because that's fucking bullshit already. And
hmm
they also feel that the draw is not a robbery, it's a big fight coming up next. What do you think?
Well, well, I wasn't gonna stay long. I just
Yeah.
came on because I heard Guido because we were talking about this last week, bro. We were talking about
Oh
Tony
yeah, tell him,
Harrison.
Raps. I mean,
Yeah,
tell him, Shadow, what I told you.
right. We were talking about how, bro, people sleeping on Castano, bro. Before the fight, we were saying, bro, I don't know why people sleeping on this guy, bro.
Yeah.
Before the fight, we were talking about it all the way leading up to the fight. I'm like, bro, people saying that this guy's gonna get blown out. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, bro. I'm like, this guy beat even though Errol Spence is a different fighter now, Errol Spence still was in the amateur. He was in the Olympics, bro. He beat Errol Spence in the amateur. Is still Errol Spence, bro. He beat Errol Spence. He beat Derevchenko. I think he beat Laura. He's a pressure fighter. He has a lot of his success off the ropes. And if you look at Charlo's style and just their styles and the way that they clash, it was just going to be a very, very good fight. And we were talking about just take a look at Tony Harrison, for instance. And that's what our conversation on the phone was. Me and Guido, we said, look at Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison was although a taller fighter with more reach, he was slower. But in the first fight, even though it was more closer, if you look at the second fight, he didn't have a lot of pop, but he was backing Charlo up. And he's not a pressure fighter, but he was backing Charlo up, and he was fucking around, showboating, and he got caught, and he got knocked out. And he said, now Castano got a chin. And this motherfucker comes forward all the time, and that's his bread and butter, bro. He goes forward. And I said, he's gonna go forward, but in order for you to go forward against Jermell, Jermell ain't just gonna let you come forward.
You got to do it like with a plan.
You're gonna eat some punches coming forward. So we were and I said, bro, but the thing is that the way that Castano fights, it's gonna be a problem for Jermell if he had an issue with Tony Harrison backing him up. He's gonna have a problem with Castano, even though Castano is smaller because of his foot speed and everything. So but I picked Jermell. My prediction was Jermell knockout round 10, but that didn't happen. I scored the fight the first time I watched it. I had it 8-4, but then when I watched it again, I realized that there was some rounds that were a lot closer that I saw, and I ended up having it 115-113 Castano. Now I do know that there was a couple of rounds that were very, very close to me. One round that was very, very close to me, and every time I watch it, it just keeps getting closer and closer. And that's I think it's the 6th and the 11th round. The 6th. Now the 11th round is the round after Castano got rocked. He got rocked in the 10th. And even though he got rocked in the 10th, in the 11th, he spent the first part of the round recovering, but then in the second part of the round, he threw some jabs that snapped Charlo's head back and then got him against the ropes and threw some combinations, and then Charlo came back and backed him up against the ropes, and it was just, I'm like, that is such a fucking close round, bro. And I'm like, do I give it to Charlo because Charlo was taking it to him in the last round, or do I give it to Castano, who was fucking almost knocked out and came back and brought it to Charlo? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's a swing fucking round to me. And then you got the 12th round where a lot of people were like, damn, that's a swing round too. But so I could understand how somebody can take the swing rounds and call it a draw. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see that. It just, the only thing that was bugging me out is people were saying that I heard people saying that Charlo got robbed. That shit had me fucked up. That shit had me fucked up. I don't know how you can get that.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Shit.
but I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. When they asked, one thing that I noticed was within the last couple of rounds, Derek James was telling Jamel that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and then going into the last round, he told him that he needed a knockout. And then after the fight, when Jamel was taking off his gloves, he said, "Damn, I didn't do enough." And then Jamal came in, and then they were both kneeling when they were reading the scorecards as if they weren't confident. And then when they asked him about the rematch, although, yeah, we know PBC fighters, it is up to Al Heyman, but you Lions only promotions, like, you know what I mean? You can at least say, of course I want that undisputed, bro. Yeah, but I mean, it's up to Al Heyman. But yeah, of course. I mean, because to me, I always call Jamel Big Bro. I call Mel Big Bro to me, because I feel like out of both of them, he's the more battle tested. He's the one that every time somebody called his name out, like, he'll take that smoke. And I was just very surprised for him to be like, you need to talk to my manager. It was just very odd to me. But it is what it is. It was a great fight. It was just, I felt like the fighters lost out as far as like walking home with just their belts. You know what I mean? But us fighters, us fans, we got an exciting fight, man.
And I just want to touch on what you said. You by saying that Jamel Charlo also kept it real. He
Mhm.
was humbled. He was humbled by that fight, and you're right about that. And he
Yeah.
also agreed that he was humbled. That at
Mhm.
the end of the day, he lost the same energy. You could see that Jamel Charlo's energy had changed a bit because at the end of the day, he be capping. He knew he was in a hard fight, and he knew he was in a fight that he could have lost. So he
Yeah.
kept it real, and I don't think he's getting any respect by even when he came at that judge. How many fighters like look when he said to that judge, he goes, he don't believe in them scorecards. He
Right.
goes, he knew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo,
He
rap
don't
star.
get no
Yeah.
respect for it because he's a hated fighter as well.
I've never seen like you.
He's humbled.
Normally I would see Jamel be like, yeah, you know what I mean. But he actually was like, bro, I think I won the fight, but 117, 111, nah. I mean that kind of shocked me. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you think that I look it, I can see how people can look at the fight from both sides. I mean, I'm gonna just tell you how I look at it. I don't have a pick in the race with this fight. You know what I mean? I picked Jermel to win this fight going into the fight. And actually I knew who Castano was. Me and Guido was talking about it on the phone leading up to it. We were like, bro, I don't know why they sleeping on this guy. And I was like, but I would like to see you and Guido. If you remember, I was like, bro, I would love to see
Yeah,
Jermel. I was like, remember, I was like, bro, I want to see Jermel get this shit, bro, because I feel like he's been deserving this shit for such a long time. If you remember, bro,
yeah.
but I just call the fights how I see it, bro. And I just feel like Jermel had the height advantage, the reach advantage, and the power advantage. And I
That's
just
what I
feel,
said earlier. Yep.
yeah,
He had everything.
and I just feel
He
like
had
he was
everything.
getting backed up. I just feel like a lot of the times he was getting back, but Charlo backed him up, and Charlo hurt him more times than he got hurt. But you're supposed to judge a fight by every round. Like every round is considered a fight and you judge each round like a fight. So, I mean, look, man, it is what it is. We're all boxing fans, you know. We ain't gotta agree on everything as long as we agree that we love boxing, bro.
And that's facts, bro. And let's just move that on, man. I just think
Yeah,
at the end of the day, yeah, that right now, as boxing fans, we should be mature enough and, just at least understand that the right decision got made. We know that even the judge,
mm,
whatever judge was scoring that fight, he was fucking way out of line. But at the end, ultimately, the decision what got made was a fair decision.
yeah,
Neither fighter took it off of each other.
yeah,
Totally, neither fighter did show that he totally dominated the other fighter. I think the fight, we've seen way more controversial decisions before this. And I think that at the end of the day, we know that the draw is not a bad decision. What do you
yeah.
think about that, Bolt Hype?
Hey, and I appreciate you, Rapstar. I appreciate everybody, man, and thanks for having me on the panel. I got to get up early tomorrow. Guido,
Yeah, man.
everybody.
Hey,
I don't know
Raptor,
the
I
rest.
gotta go
I
in a
don't know.
few. All right.
Yeah, I don't know everybody else's name, bro. But everybody have a good night, man.
For sure,
Yeah.
Rapstar. You already know, homie.
Yo,
Yo,
peace.
we're at the 1 hour. We're at the 1 hour mark, man.
Hey,
So
Rapstar.
Good
I'm about to
fella.
head up, bro. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
get up
go.
early, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out in a
But
minute
you know,
too.
I'm gonna
But
be
yeah,
cooking though. This whole
yeah, I'll be
week, we're
cooking
gonna
Yeah,
be
for a
cooking.
minute. I'm
Yeah,
cooking
but
in a
nice
minute
talking
for a
with you
minute.
guys. You know what I mean? Salute to y'all.
yeah. Peace
Hey,
out,
no
brother.
problem,
Look,
man. Yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure, for
yeah,
sure.
Peace out, bro.
peace. I'm
You know what I'm
falling right
saying?
behind him. I'm falling right behind him. Rap star, appreciate you, brother. Keep cooking, and I'll fall back and I'll come back on another time.
Yeah, peace out, my brothers. I'll
Peace.
see you soon. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I just think it's like this. I think all the fans, we need to just keep it real here. That at the end of the day, whatever decision got made, it wasn't the worst decision in the world. It was a fucking draw. Neither fighter took it off of either fighter. And I think we've come over that the judge was wrong for scoring it so wide. That was fucked up. But Bolt Hype, you got anything to say before I leave the building soon?
Yeah, man. I didn't want to scare everyone out of the building and all that. For once, I feel like I'm not in the minority here. I feel like I'm not the minority. Normally, I'm the minority. Normally, I'm the guy, the outcast, the black sheep who's got a different viewpoint from everyone else. But it seems like, at least from what I'm noticing, everyone saw the fight sort of as I did, and Castano clearly won. Right? It wasn't a draw. It wasn't a draw. It was clearly a victory for Castano. I had Castano up 7 or 8 rounds. So there's no way you could score 6 rounds for Charlo in my mind. But here's the craziest thing, right? Jermell Charlo and Jamal Charlo are twins, but they have different trainers, but they fight the same way. Like, make that make sense. You have Ronnie Shields, Derek James. You have 2 different trainers for the twin brothers, and they fight exactly the same. Here's the problem. You want to do a rematch? Jermell Charlo, Jamal Charlo, these guys never evolve. They fight the same way, fight to fight. They do nothing different. I heard other guys saying, where was the body shots? Where were the uppercuts? Oh, he's saving that for the second fight. No, he's not saving nothing, man. This is the best that he can possibly do. And you think he's going to get better in a rematch? You think all of a sudden he's going to listen to his trainer, he's going to adopt a new game plan, he's going to start showing more skills? These guys are very basic 1-2 fighters. Their heads are stuck straight on the center line. Their chins are up in the air. They want to out-bully people. And what happens when you bully the bully, right? They look like deer in the headlights, right? The spirit gets taken from them, and you can see everyone in the crowd, especially Errol Spence Jr. You can see Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Boxing.
Hey, man, thanks for your opinions, bro. We appreciate you even coming, even if it is better late than never. But look, Bolt, at the end of the day, right, the decision what's made now is a decision that the fans have to be happy about, because neither fighter really deserved to win. If you think about it, yeah, you can edge it to Castano, but at the end of the day, it wasn't the worst decision. It could have been a decision would have gone against Castano, and people would have got like, what? That would have been a robbery. But that's how people look at it. It was a close fight, and judges could have had it a bit different either way. If you look at a different kind of a judge, he scores a fight differently, whether it's aggression, whether it's defense, even whether it's ring generalship or effective and clean punches. It depends on what the judge wants to look for. You know what I mean? So far as I'm concerned, everybody out there, we shouldn't make the biggest thing out of this. This ain't the end of the world. I've seen way more controversials than this. You know what I mean? But look, I want to just touch on something else before I do leave in a bit. This is what I want to touch on. We all saw on the week. Yeah, I got an audio issue. You might not have heard me there. But look, our boy Rolly Romero. So Rolly Romero, finally, he puts on a dominant performance. You know what I mean? And he stops this guy with a 3-punch combination. Now, we know Rolly ain't the greatest fighter. We hear that. We know that, right? But due to just with what his performance was and showing people that he can be one of these lazy fighters, he can come forward, he's able to take these kind of punches and be able to punch his, give his own. You saw Rolly stop this guy. At the end of the day, the guy was a 140. He was at 140 and he was an ex-Olympian. So does Rolly now deserve a fight within the top guys? Do people want to see this fighter, Rolly Romero, fight people like he's calling out? Now, do you think he should be calling out Gervonta Tank Davis? Does he have any reason to call out names like Tank Davis after that fight? At the end of the day, yeah, people see him put a dominant performance on, but you see Rolly ain't the greatest boxer. So do you think Rolly now has got he even said that Devin Haney is too chinny, that Devin Haney would be easy work for Rolly Romero. Now, what do you guys feel about that? Now, this is a fighter that a lot of people were saying he ain't shit about a year and a half ago when he came into a controversial decision with the fighter. I don't know his name, but I know that the same fighter that he had a controversial decision over is why he was getting hate. And that's the same fighter that now Rolly Romero, people are talking about him. Now, he don't, a lot of people hate him of his attitude, the way that he carries on. What do you guys think about Rolly Romero? You think he's got a chance against Devin Haney, Tank Davis, or you think, I'm thinking Rolly Romero needs a couple more fights. For me, he's got the power. He's got the grit. He definitely shows he's got a bit of heart. But he's definitely a novice. He's a bit too raw. And I think Tank Davis will capitalize on a fighter like that all day. You know? And he don't show me he's got more power than Tank. I don't think he got more power than Tank. I know he's a powerful little kid, Rolly, but Tank Davis also is a special fighter. So it's going to be a hard fight. At the end of the day, Rolly Romero's putting his name on the map now. Just look out for him. So he's making some noise, you know? But look, to everybody out there, to all my people, to all my boxing world, at the end of the day, we got great fights coming up soon. Unfortunately, we didn't get an undisputed champion. We never got an undisputed champion. We got a fair decision with a draw, and, you know, we could have edged it to Castano. But Jermell Charlo never even showed everybody that he was the dominant man who deserved to become undisputed. But until then, your guy, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, till the next one, we'll be cooking soon. Peace out to all of you. I'm out of here. Peace.